On this episode of China Uncensored, pollution solutions that will blow your mind, part 2. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. China has declared war on pollution. The Chinese regime is pumping $277 billion into coming up with solutions for the smog problem, along with, all the coal they're pumping into the atmosphere. And there are some crazy ideas about how to solve China's smog problem. So many that I had to make a second list. So if banning barbecues and attaching sprinklers to the tops of skyscrapers seemed like insane solutions, wait till you see these next 10. Number 10, canned air. Sometimes life imitates art. Spaceballs is art, right? Well, as far out as that sounds, one crazy Chinese millionaire actually did it. The same guy who tried to buy the New York Times and lied to a room full of homeless people. And sang karaoke to a room full of journalists.
So lights start going.
Ugh, who's gonna solve that noise pollution? Number 9, ventilation corridors. Beijing sure has some tall buildings that can block airflow and let smog linger. And so, somehow, in an already built city, the Chinese regime plans to create ventilation corridors to blow the smog out. There will be 5 large corridors, each over 1,600 feet wide. Wondering how they're going to do that? Me too. Fortunately, they've given no time frame for the project. I wonder how that smog and hot air will mix. Number 8, blame green technology. How dare you, a foreigner, criticize China for its pollution? Because as one official from Anhui province said, China is a big exporter and many foreigners have been benefiting from China's green products. However, the pollution incurred during the production process are left in China. If China weren't making so much green technology, there would be no pollution, other than what comes from burning almost as much coal as the rest of the world combined. Gotta love the ideas Chinese officials come up with, like the party official from Yunnan who suggested China should punish this insult by foreign countries by using dams to store water so that it won't all flow to other countries and be wasted. Number 7, toss it in your neighbor's yard. If burning tons of coal in Beijing is causing all this smog, the solution is simple. Burn less coal. In Beijing. That's where coal-by-wire comes in. It means turning coal into electricity and transmitting it directly from the mine where it is produced, instead of transporting it to power stations and then to consumption centers. In other words, build your water-guzzling, disgusting coal plants in faraway places like Inner Mongolia and Xinjiang where people are poor and there's hardly any water. And then send the energy over thousands of miles to the major cities. It's worked so well that there has been a 23% improvement in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei area. And Xinjiang, where the Uyghur minorities live, is now home to 6 of the 10 most polluted cities in China. Number 6, cloud seeding. Simply wash away your pollution. It has become a tradition in Beijing to seed the clouds before public holidays to make rain, disperse pollution, and ensure clear skies on the day. It's one of the tricks they use for the Olympics. Silver iodide is shot into the sky, and it helps create ice crystals. Those melt, and the pollution comes down with the rain. Worried what liquefied pollution might do to you? I'd worry more about the silver iodide. It's toxic. Number 5. Give up. That's right, give up. The pollution is here to stay. But when trouble comes along, why not take a cue from the wily ostrich? Only instead of burying your head in the sand, wrap it in a bubble. Then the pollution can't get to you. China is considering biodomes. What I like best about this idea is that it will be absurdly expensive. So the rich will get to breathe clean biodome air while the rest of us can enjoy being out in the pollution. And yes, this is how bad China's pollution has gotten. China's elite are seriously considering living in bubbles, even at the risk of living out that terrible Pauly Shore movie. Number 4. Allow me to break the ice. What if you could treat pollution particles like this? Simply fill the skies with liquid nitrogen, freeze the pollution, and let gravity do the rest. Because what could go wrong with spraying industrial coolants into the air? And don't worry, creating a rain of pollutants is perfectly safe. Probably. Maybe. Okay, there's nothing to back that up. Number 3. Red alert. When China issued 2 pollution red alerts just a week apart, they knew something had to be done. So, they raised the thresholds for red alerts. And there hasn't been one since. Number 2. Floating jellyfish. Check out this idea. Oh, sorry, that's the Matrix. I should have known. This is the idea. Giant hydrogen-filled jellyfish floating in the skies. Because floating sacks of hydrogen always work so well.
All the humanity and all the fans are just screaming around it.
In this actual plan submitted as part of a competition, pollution would be absorbed through the head of the jellyfish, sent down to the plant tubes, and turned into drinkable water. Huh. I wonder if they ever thought of maybe not burning so much coal as a solution. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm no scientist, but maybe that would make more sense than giant floating jellyfish. Maybe that's number 1. Number 1, change the face of the planet. Oh, are you serious? I kid you not. They have tried leveling mountains to clear out pollution. They got about halfway before they gave up, and it made no difference in air quality. That was in 1997, and they're still trying it. But have they done anything to actually cut back on coal? Well, they release statistics that show coal consumption is dropping, but can we trust them? Well, last year it was discovered that China had been underreporting its consumption for years. But then they corrected the way statistics were calculated, and the figure for 2012 alone went up 17%. Statistics with Chinese characteristics. And according to the World Resources Institute, in 2012, the Chinese regime planned to make 363 new coal-fired plants, which amounts to an almost 75% increase in coal-fired generating capacity. Yes, the Chinese Communist Party would rather level mountains, or fill the skies with toxic chemicals, or giant floating jellyfish than cut back on coal power. What do you think about that? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching this episode of China Uncensored. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.